Alright, it's time. It's challenge time. Ruben has issued a challenge to anybody who wants to participate. If I remember during editing, I'll get a link and you can go and check out the video for yourself. But it's the Cell Challenge or the CEL Challenge. I'm not really entirely sure how I'm supposed to say that. But anyways, he spun some random wheels and got some results and gave it to us as a rule set. So that's what we're doing. 1970 is the year. This is the body that I've chosen. I've already gone through and I've built like a basic version of the car with a mild issue. So I'm gonna keep this because it's just atrocious and I love it. But I started off with a regular sedan body and switched over to the, or not the sedan body, the regular coupe body, and switched over to the convertible version, and the fenders decided, nope, I want none of this, and receded directly into the body. So, I don't know what that's all about. Obviously, it's a game issue. But, things worth mentioning is I'm way under budget. I've still got another, what, $15,700 that I can spend on this car to bring it up to its maximum budget, which is just absolutely ridiculous. Like, that 30K budget is insane. So there's going to be some quality spam going on with this thing so that I can maximize the budget and performance for what this thing is. So, here's the specs on it so far. 2-liter inline-4, 108 horsepower, essentially. Just under a ton. So, I mean, all in all, a pretty average vehicle. But I need to make some adjustments. See if I can get more power. Because we have a limit on power that we can go for. So, I'm going to mess around with that. And see how things turn out.
1 hour later.
Alright, after a bit of tweaking, I'm up to 122.2 horsepower. Basically, as low as I can get. I'm sure I could dick around with this some more and probably get exactly 1,900 pounds. But I don't think it's worth my time. So I'm going to call it here. I've still got a bunch of money in my budget left over that I don't really know what to do with, because the more quality I throw at this thing, the lighter that it gets. So I have to add stuff back into it to put more weight back in. And it's just not worth my time bouncing around that much. So yeah, I'm going to call it good with that, and I'm going to start working on the design. And as per usual for how I used to do this, I'm going to throw some shit at the car, see what I like, and I'll be back to you when I have something to show you.
20 minutes later.
Alright, so some things have happened. It has a face. I kind of based it around an old Fiat, I believe it was. Yeah, the 1972 Fiat 130. I'm gonna base it around. I kinda like it. Boring, uninspiring, generic. All the things that this car is supposed to be. So, I guess time to figure out something to do with the rear end, because I'm not sure that the rear end of the Fiat is gonna work as well on this. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. And as you can tell, unfortunately, the weird fender thing, it fixed itself. So, you know, you win some, you lose some. So, can anyone spot what is wrong with the rear end of this car? I'll give you a hint. It's right here. What is this? I mean, I'm gonna stick with it because I don't really feel like redoing a front end on another car. So it's gonna, I guess, be crash damage, I guess. Maybe I can figure out a way to work with that. I don't know.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Alright, did the thing. It's done. Nothing special. Just your generic little 70s Euro box thing. I don't have a name for it. I don't have any European brands outside of Yogo, but that's for super cheap cars, which this one is not. So, no name as of yet. I don't know what I'm going to end up calling it. Well, here it is. Turned out alright. Even with the built-in crash damage on the fender. Figured out that if I placed the rear taillights individually from each other instead of just mirroring this one, it conforms to the body just fine, but if you mirror it, it doesn't like that for whatever reason. So, that's how I handled that. Threw a little bit of trim work down the side, got a nice little chrome stripe going here from the indicator, some plasticky bits that come along from the front. Mirrors, wipers, antenna, fuel door. It's a car. And it meets all of the rules as far as I can tell. I will be doing final submission here in a bit. See how that goes. But there it is. I guess next up, I'm just going to throw it over into BeamNG and see if it actually drives. Alright, here we are, BeamNG Drive with the unnamed 70s Euro box. This is attempt number 2 because in my infinite wisdom, I forgot to switch OBS over from automation to BeamNG Drive. So, here we go again. Little Euro box. This thing is actually very spirited, as you can tell. That little 2-liter 4-banger this thing's got is actually pretty good. It's a very lively little car. I'm thoroughly impressed with how this car turned out. Not so much with the brakes, not having ABS is not fun, but it's not exactly a thing in the 70s, so I guess I just gotta suck it up and deal with it. Get a taste for how I make Rye feel every time he has to drive one of my cars on stream and challenges with significantly more power than this and still no ABS. This thing's definitely a bit squirrely, very oversteery for a front-wheel drive car. It's exciting. Not as exciting as you can get with 120 horsepower. But it's... Oh, shit. We're good. We're good. We're good. Come on. Let's go. We don't need that tire anyways. Front wheel drive, gang. That guardrail could have stole that rear tire and I'd be fine. Oh no. Ouch. Continue. But yeah, this thing... I don't know if Ruben has plans on like test driving these things, but boy is he in for a bit of a ride with this thing. I was saying when I was building it, I know the idea is not to make, you know, little sports cars, little rocket ships. Supposed to be something more just generic and bland. But I apparently struggle at generic and bland because... Oh, Jesus. Do I have enough? Is my steering still good? Come on. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We're good. But yeah, I struggle at making things like that. Either they're lively and fun, or they're absolute garbage. And challenge cars, I think I get a bit I'm just too competitive for challenge cars to not be like this. Okay. But yeah, it drives, it doesn't sound half bad, it handles reasonably well. I mean, this thing's not built to be going the speeds that I'm taking it, so the issues I'm having are kind of, you know, self-inflicted. But, yeah, I think I want to take this thing down the quarter mile, see what it can do for quarter mile time. Alright, and here we are at the West Coast USA drag strip for, well, a drag race. See what this thing can do down the quarter mile. And for whatever reason, the little, like, challenge scenario thing that's usually here, where you can set these things up in free roam, has decided it doesn't want to spawn, and I don't feel like dealing with UI stuff. So for the sake of this, I will do the run, and I will just put the time up on screen while editing. So, let's see what we can do, and go. This thing actually doesn't have a terrible launch for what it is, you know, open diffs and skinny tires and front wheel drive and yada yada, and across the line. 94 miles an hour. Ooh, there we go. 94 miles an hour across the line. Not too shabby. I am not disappointed with that at all. I'm gonna do one more pass, see if I can maybe do anything a little bit better. Let's get our line back up again. Come on. A little more. Alright, right there. Alright, and go. Why am I focusing so hard on shifting this thing like that? Alright, so same speed across the line. I don't know what the times are going to be as of right now, but we will know soon enough. That's a future sin problem. So yeah, anyway, here's my challenge car. As it stands now, this is subject to change. This may not be the final result. If Ruben does any kind of streaming or videos of these things, this may end up looking different, forming different. I don't know. It depends. I've still got some more time to mess with this thing. But anyway, enough rambling. If you liked this video, let me know. Leave a comment. Maybe subscribe. If there is anything you want to see me build in automation, leave a comment. I will do my best to recreate it and give it a test drive and see how the sin-based automation version compares to real life, I guess. Anyway, talk to y'all next time.